and welcome to another episode of the Not For Nothing podcast. We have some funny and questionably ethical questions for you all today. So we were wondering, what is the responsibility of a cosmetic procedure doer, doctor,
plastic surgeon,
or like med spa operator?
Yes, that too. Definitely qualifies.
Cosplay as a plastic surgeon.
Right.
What is their ethical duty? Like, if you know that it's going to look bad, should you be doing it?
That's a great question. And frankly, it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Like, why were older women looking like cats back in the day?
Literally.
Like I'm glad plastic surgery has gotten a lot better. Like, have you seen Madonna? Like, she looks younger than me.
But like, how much filler is too much?
No, great question, especially to the Staten Island girls.
I see some of these girls' lips and I'm like, that looks like it's about to blow.
It does. And my sister has a word for that. She actually says that people who, she says they're filled to the brim.
I love that. That's a good way of putting it.
Literally, they're filled to the brim. It's like, I'm afraid to go near you. I'm afraid to give you a kiss on the cheek because you might ooze onto my face.
And it looks painful.
It looks really bad and really painful. And why are people not saying no? That's my question. Like, like, there's a lot of bad surgery and we know, and a lot of bad filler. And we know, like, obviously the answer is because the skill level's not quite there or people are cheaping out. But like, if you're not good enough for a job, and this includes hair too, don't say that you're going to do it. Like, I've heard, again, you've cried after a haircut, I'm sure.
Every time.
I cry, like, nearly every time.
Like, I don't cry, but I'm never like, oh, wow, I love this. I'm like,
you're like, this is what I'll deal with for the next 6 to 8 weeks at least.
Like, whatever. What's done is done. Like,
it's gone. I'm just going to move on before I fucking go to a depressive episode. So, yeah, it's kind of like the big chop.
Yeah. Agreed. So recently I saw this girl on TikTok. She is from the UK. And she got a big ass tattoo of Trump on her forehead.
What does he have to do with her? And
also, like, regardless of party that you're voting
for.
Why?
You don't even know the man.
You don't know the man.
He doesn't know you.
How is the tattoo, like, there's this whole question about, like, should the artist have done that?
He should have intervened. Or she. She.
Yeah,
man,
but like,
talk about not being a girl's girl.
That's what I'm like, her life is over.
Her life is over.
Regardless of the name of the candidate, anyone's name tattooed in large block letters on your forehead.
Yeah, it's like the lady that had no eyebrows that wrote Drake on
her
forehead.
Regardless, you've made a choice.
You're branded.
And yes, in some sense, like, I guess she's making some money because now it's like going mega viral. And so, like, you know, you have like the viral aspect of money. But no.
Everybody thinks they're going to be hot too, girl.
Ugh, she's so annoying too.
Why is she walking around with security?
And also, like, why are you complaining about being called the Haktua girl when that's all you provide?
There's nothing else. You haven't said a word since then.
And all you do on podcasts is being like, I don't want to be known as this person. And it's like,
so make yourself be known for anything else.
Like, anyways.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I think there's an ethical responsibility. I think too many people look like blow up dolls, and I understand the money, but like, I don't know. I'm worried.
I'm worried too. I wonder like what the faces are going to look like. Cause you know, like when we were kids and plastic surgery was really like coming up and you saw the old women that like morphed into cats. Yeah. Like, I wonder if there's going to be another shape. Yeah. Face that it turns into.
They're calling it pillow face.
Oh,
where it's like as if you slept on the pillow because you're like.
Yeah, it's literally Pillsbury Doughboy in the face.
Literally.
Yeah. Wow,
So
it's giving Doughboy.
It's
giving Michelin Man.
It's worrisome.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, for example, hate to do this to my girl, Shekinah and Sarper, a couple on 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
He's from Turkey. She is from America. She's from LA actually, but she has like, she's had issues in her life that have led her to be the submissive idiot she is today.
Got it.
She's filled to the brim.
Got it.
And she's letting her man design a new nose for her.
Okay.
Because he has to see it every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, on Vanderpump Rules, there's the same argument too.
Like what?
This one girl has a butched nose job and she's like, I want to get it fixed. And the
butched, it's botched.
And the boyfriend is like, yeah, you should. And then she's like, oh, but it's X amount of money. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the one who has to see it all the time.
I'm the one that has to see it.
And I'm like, what is this argument that people are doing? I thought we were all about I'm all for plastic surgery if it's like, you know, you really want to make this change for yourself.
It's like whatever, do what you want. Like our opinions are just fucking whatever anyway.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't know you.
Exactly.
But don't let it be dictated by some guy who is referring to spending time with you as having to see it every day. I'm like, bitch, you have the privilege of being in my presence.
Exactly. Oh my God, this is so nuts to me.
Crazy.
I have to see it.
I would never let anyone design a nose for me. And I also think BBLs are questionably safe.
No, they're not safe.
They're not safe.
No, it's one of the most horrible surgeries.
There's a bunch of like influencers who have BBLs and they don't talk about how it's an artificial butt. And they're like, oh, I just work out.
I work out. I do the stair stepper.
I'm like, that's a lie. Shop. I can see the like silicone.
I'm looking at your incision.
But also, it's so unsafe.
No, it's really unsafe. It's one of the most unsafe surgeries there is. And I made a joke giving labor when I was giving birth. The doctor comes in to calm me down before my C-section, and he's like, "Okay, so like, I don't want you to freak out. I want you to know that C-sections are like the most common surgery that happens every single day." Yeah. I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, they are." I was like, "I thought it would be a BBL." And he literally bust out laughing in my face. And I was just like, I'm just kidding. But I think he actually thought I believed that because I said it very deadpan.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, yeah, don't worry, dude. I got this. Just the epidural's hitting. I'm good
just get it done. I'm over this.
Roll me in. To the fucking
Wake me
ice
up when
box.
September ends.
Literally. So I actually the other day did my first I got back into the workout routine.
Hell yeah! What did you do?
I did Grow with Joe. I did literally a Zumba situation in my living room because the baby's on the play mat. I'm just I'm doing my mom
Zumba
thing.
and around.
Yeah, it's aerobics back in the 90s. So I was thinking about all the different types of exercise I could do in my house.
Yeah,
and I was thinking about yoga.
Yeah,
and somehow even in the presence of my own house and belongings, yoga's a little too footy for me.
You really need to the first time I went to a yoga for
it's
real
so
class.
Footy.
It's a lot. And you have to just dissociate.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
why are people's bare feet that close to me?
Yeah.
And it's not a sock situation.
No. And that's why you have to use your own mats too.
Yeah, but my question is, if the Pilates girls have figured out a sock situation, why hasn't it caught on with the yogis? And I think the answer is that they want to be barefoot.
100%, because it's you're grounded.
Yeah,
which
and
I
feeling
get it.
the cement beneath my feet.
I like being barefoot.
I'm always barefoot. Yeah, in my house, I'm constantly barefoot.
I'm not anti-barefoot, but it's a lot. And I honestly don't wear the socks in Pilates. I'm barefoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of a situation that recently happened to a few of our friends and then a bunch of unnamed clout chasers in LA. I'm just kidding. No, but this is a thing apparently on TikTok. There was a ringworm outbreak at Barry's Bootcamp.
And people are not talking about it enough. And I guess it's hard to determine the location of the infection.
Yeah, right. We're self-scouting.
But I did see a lot of people talk about having ringworm this summer in LA. And they all had in common that they go to Barry's.
It's literally an outbreak.
And we had 2 friends also suffer from this.
And it's
we will stay anonymous, but
where else is the ringworm coming from? Realistically speaking, these people either work from home or work in an office.
Yeah.
And maybe you go out to a party. There's no reason that you should be in that close contact with someone where you're getting ringworm, except if you're sharing a towel.
100%.
Unknowingly to you, because you get a towel from a gym and you expect it to be clean. What do you think they're cleaning it with?
Air.
Vinegar?
Yeah.
They're actually at this establishment.
I mean, I went to a yoga studio once that used only vinegar to clean.
You're actually kidding.
No. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's weird out there.
It's footy out there.
Yeah, it truly is.
That's disgusting, bro. I'm not ringworm shaming. I've had ringworm.
No, it's not about shame. It's about advocating for our friends who need to be safe when they work out.
Yeah, and come on, bro. Like, Barry's Bootcamp has enough money where they can control the outbreak. Get some employees that actually do the wash, all right?
And, like, use actual bleach.
Right.
Cleaning products.
Bleach.
Yeah, not bleach. Even bleach.
Exactly. Like, this is a gym.
That's why I only bring my own towels.
Do you?
But I don't really go to Barry's. It's a little too...
Well, I definitely don't go to Barry's.
I'm not, it's not my vibe. But at hot yoga, only bring my own towel. And Pilates.
Oh, God. Everything about hot yoga is just, it's getting worse by the second. You're barefoot. You're in a hot room and sweating.
Yeah, but I'm on my own mat.
I don't care.
With my own towel.
And the stench of everybody's foot is in the air.
Yeah, but you're not, like, sweating with shoes on.
It's got to stink in there. There's a lot of latex.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell great, but it doesn't smell horrible.
Does it smell like a sauna?
Yeah, it more smells like a sauna than anything.
So it smells more like the heat than the actual.
Heat, yeah.
Wow, that's how hot it is. This is a nightmare.
Is hot.
I can't think. That's my hell.
It is my hell too, but.
Well, that's actual hell.
But like,
that's what hell is.
There's something so cleansing about like going to hell and back. You know? I'm like, I need to feel like I'm on my like 9th life here.
I really actually love that.
Like I leave hot yoga and I'm like, wow, I'm no longer mad at anyone anymore because I almost died.
You're like, I just went to hell and back.
Yeah, and now I'm getting up in my mouth.
Right? Like it's the little things.
And it makes you grateful for oxygen.
Right. It's all about gratitude. I guess that's really the practice in there.
But it is the worst. Like it is not fun.
Wow. But
I do feel it, and I really only do it at like certain times. Like when I was in LA, I was like deep hot yoga girl because I was searching for emotions. You need to feel something. But now I do it like when I'm super stressed and I like can't really like shake it off.
Like there's literally one way or another that you can go. If you're searching for emotion, you can go hot yoga or you can go ice bath.
Yeah.
I'm more of an ice bath gal.
Yeah, but there was no ice bath on ClassPass, so.
Yeah, but your roommate created an ice bath in your house. It couldn't get more convenient.
Right.
I think you're just a little footier than him.
But it is, the first few times I did it, I was a little shocked.
It's like you really have to adjust to it.
Yeah.
And then you learn the bus routes on the path to hell. You're like, it's easy. I don't need the map anymore. I know exactly where I'm going. Oh my God. All right. So you know what really, like, for some reason I just catch a giggle about? It's like when I see someone in their car and they're drinking out of a house cup. Like, I'm not even talking about a mug, although mugs are classified as house cups. I'm talking about a glass taken from the cabinet. Like, this is not practical. There's no rubber around. No. Like, in your cup holder, your cup is moving around. It's going to click around. Like, it's open cup, so it could spill everywhere. Like, it's just the level of unhinged that you have to be to carry a house cup in your car is just another level. I will say, though, when I was in LA and I would, like, go to the studio in the morning, like, early, I would bring a mug with me in the car. But you know what? And you know why that's okay? It never fit in the cup holder, too. So you're just driving with the... They're locked in a seatbelt. That's a passenger. That's not a house cup. I'm just driving with my fucking feet. I guess I am more footy. But my mugs have shoes. They're not barefoot. I want to get you a barefoot mug so bad. No, like, it's so hard to understand this out of context. But Natasha has literally, you probably see it on her Instagram. She's obsessed with her mug with feet. And I don't have just, like, the collection started with a set of 4 that was gifted to me. Yes. And now Alyssa has. She's doubled it and given it to the next one. She's gifted me. She was not the first gifter. She added on to the collection and now has gifted me a selection of different types of mug feet. It's like your personal Hermes collection.
You know, some people collect vintage bags, and I collect
oddly specific mugs that have feet for themselves.
Yep. But my new favorite one is the one that has the feet are the cow otters. Udders?
Udders. Wait, but like, I just had a lot of visions at once. Like, I need to invent something.
Yeah.
I need to invent
barefoot bags.
A mug with bare feet for the barefoot community, because there's a huge barefoot community.
No, it would sell out at yoga.
I swear to God, it would sell out at the footiest places on earth.
Any woke would want that shit.
That goes to the foot fetish audience.
Truly.
It goes to just the footy yogis. It goes to like the people who are like competitive runners on barefoot.
So many people would love
So many
these.
people.
So yeah, mugs with
I'm
feet.
loving this. So mugs with bare feet, and then also like mugs with like a Pez dispenser moving barefoot so your mug can walk to you.
I love that.
Like the mechanical
motor,
Ubers.
yeah.
Exactly.
And a way to like have them sit in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I would
like literally like a pocket, a Polly pocket for your mug with feet in the car. Crazy.
But I never bring like a glass. Also, all of my glass say bong water. And that's not really what I want in the car with me with an open, you know.
You're like, no, I wasn't smoking it. I was drinking
it's
it.
It's a joke. It's like edgy.
You're like, have you seen my bumper stickers? It's like part of it all. Oh my God. Okay, so I think you're best fit to handle this next topic.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This speaks to our fellow New Yorkers, and not just the ones who moved here after college.
Exactly.
This is specifically
Any and all.
The ones who went to high school, middle school.
I was going to say middle school.
Yeah, like, this was, you're taking in the bus alone.
Exactly.
For the first time. And you're mostly going to school.
And you don't have a cell phone yet.
You don't have a cell phone. And there's this phenomena, which maybe has changed as the bus have modernized, but especially if you're on a crowded bus, where the bus driver won't open the back door.
No, for some reason, the back door doesn't automatically open.
Like, and then they tried with the, like, tape thing that you would press, but that didn't work either.
And then there's the...
Yeah, but that's new. The string.
But it's also extremely old. Like, that's the original.
Yes. It just took the MTA, like, a few years to implement.
They're like, let's make this, we're going to rebrand this vintage tool.
Retro.
And we're going to make it Gen Z yellow.
But there was this phenomena where you had to, like, scream backdoor.
Backdoor!
And obviously they wouldn't hear, and they're like taking off before, and you're just like, everybody starts screaming it too.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're yelling it for other people.
Always.
Like, you don't even have to get off at this stop, but you heard someone say, not loud enough, backdoor!
It's a community favor.
It is.
But it was honestly one of the most, like, anxiety-fueled. Like, you have to speak up for yourself as, like, a 12-year-old on the bus and be like, backdoor, please.
I think it's absolutely heinous and insane how infrequently the bus comes after school hours.
It's true.
Because those buses fill up. I'm not even kidding. If you're not a person who works at the school or attends the school and you're on that bus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you even had to interact with that, because you probably didn't think.
It's terrible.
It's 2 p.m. on a Monday. I'm coming back from running my errands and I'm getting on the bus. You don't expect to be encaged
with a bunch of, which I was also a shithead on the bus as a school-age kid.
Aside from that, like, I'm talking about the physical space that you have.
It's packed.
You are literally a sardine.
Skin to skin.
It's ringworm inducing.
And then you have to, like,
to contract.
Inch your way to the back door to exit.
To scream.
And then you're, like, making everybody move, and it's the worst.
And if you're standing near the back door, you have to get off every single stop.
Every time.
And then get back on and hope that the people piling in from the front door
aren't gonna block your spot that you just were.
That you already had.
It's honestly.
Then you gotta be the one. And then there's sometimes people who come on through the back door. And then because they're just renegades. They're not paying.
You have to explain that you're not one of them. You're like, I was already on.
I was here. This is my spot, actually.
Like, we're not together.
Right. I don't know them. I did the demure thing.
But nobody thanks you for that service.
They don't.
It's the same on the subway.
It is the same.
When people don't get off, but I'm like, you are standing
at the exit.
At the exit.
The only exit.
At least move your body
In or out.
90 degrees.
You can get back
flatten
in.
yourself like a pancake.
Flat Stanley.
But
you have to just, you gotta suck.
And
you gotta suck.
I gotta say, 2 times, or what is it? 9 times out of 10, it's a man who's blocking the exit.
Back door.
And then there's also that whole thing. So, okay, that's like middle school. You're like nervous to scream it. And then high school, you have to scream it. And then all your friends are like, back door. And you're just like, yeah, let's make anal jokes right now. Like, just open the fucking back door. So it's truly, it's a rite of passage.
It is.
And that's how you can tell a real New Yorker if they've never had to advocate for themselves.
If you've never had to test the strength of your lungs, yelling back door. A phrase you never thought you'd have to say.
That loudly.
You never thought you'd have to scream.
It was a weird time.
I love that.
But have you seen the new school metrocards?
No.
Now there's no time limit.
You know, kids these days
they don't know what's
so
up.
Good.
I know. And it's Omni now. So it's not like, oh, you sat on your metrocard.
Or you lost it.
Yeah.
You know how many times I lost my school metrocard?
And like.
Getting it back.
Is hell. Not just because the school makes it hell, your family makes it hell.
Oh, yeah.
They remind you every time. That
because then they got to pay for you. Yeah. They got to pay for you to get to school. Or you got to jump
and they're not going to, like my mom was always like, I don't figure it out.
A jump? My mom would make me walk.
I was like, can I use your MetroCard, please?
You're like, Mom, take it out of any saved birthday money I've ever had.
I just want to get to school.
$2.75 both ways. Please let me get home. Well, it wasn't $2.75. It was like $1.75.
Yeah. And then I remember it becoming $2 by the end of high school.
Uh-huh.
And people had the half fare. I didn't have half fare, but some people did. And then I remember the coins.
I had half fare. Were you too close to the school?
No, I was too far from, like, I had full fare.
Oh, you had full fare? Yeah. Oh, no, high school I had half fare. Yeah. But middle school I had full fare. Because I was far. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if I lost it, I was walking.
Same. And then you had to go to the school and beg. And
you have to beg. The paperwork takes forever.
They would give you a whole lecture, and I'm like, I already got this at home.
Like, literally.
I understand.
You're like, please let me come to and from school. I don't have any other way to do it.
Trust me, if I had the option of losing it versus not losing it, I wouldn't have lost it.
Exactly.
Like, this is not because I think it's cool.
I love begging in this office for mercy to get to and from school.
Please yell at me more because my parents haven't made me feel guilty enough.
And I still the next day got to get up and scream back door.
Exactly.
It's humiliating just commuting to and from school. Also the fights on the bus. Ugh. I can't believe. I mean, being on the yellow bus for 1 year really prepped you to be on the bus.
I've never taken the yellow school bus.
I had 1 year of it. 6th grade, they offered it. Only in 6th grade. Yeah. 7th grade, you had to grow up and fend for yourself.
Yeah, they only had it for elementary school, and they didn't have it for, like...
I never had it in elementary.
And then I feel like I definitely missed out. Like, some of my friends, like, became close friends on the school bus. So I'm like, I miss this era with you guys.
Yeah.
But I also feel, like, spared.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky this all happened during, like, iPod mini time.
Wow.
So like I got to like kind of check out and get into my music a little bit, but like a kid cracked his head open on the school bus. Like there were fights every day. People were throwing the seats from the actual school bus out the window, flipping over.
I remember the seats. Like being on school bus with school, and you would like, it was the fun thing to jump whenever there was like a bump in the road, you would go higher.
Oh my God.
I could never be a teacher.
So bad.
I'm like, there's so many times. I mean, one of my friends cracked his head open like 5 times, like our whole like school life together.
Oh, Christian has had
like there was always,
I can't even tell you how many concussions, how many times he's cracked his head open. A hammer fell on his head.
Jesus Christ.
Like literally.
Jesus Christ.
Literally a hammer.
That's crazy.
He was like under 4 years old. Yeah. Nuts.
Did you ever have a like bus crush?
Yeah, I think it was Christian.
But that was definitely one of the upsides of the bus.
It definitely
like, if there was somebody you were like, oh, at least I'm starting my day kind of good. Mm-hmm. And then I have to scream back door in front of them.
I didn't have a bus crush on the city bus. Oh wait, maybe I did. But I vaguely like, I don't know who they are. They're anonymous people from other schools.
Me was my school, but they were like all like kind of older kids. And you'd be like, I took the bus with this guy.
And then you hit them up on AIM anonymously. You're like, it's your crush.
And they're like, who the fuck is this? I'd be like, Sarah's little sister.
Oh my God, that's little sister privilege.
It really is.
It is.
I had like such ease contacting the older boys because I'd be like, and my sister was the hot girl at our school, so it was like, I'm her little sister.
Little sister privilege is just like having friends by association.
Yeah.
Because someone had to break through before you and do it organically. It's a lot of footwork.
Yeah.
And I know this is true because I went to college 1 year after one of my best friends at the same school. And then we became roommates and I inherited like some of her friends and it did make it easier.
Yeah.
But so I experienced little sister privilege 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah. But yeah. So what would you say is the ideal temperature to sleep in? If you're controlling it. If AC, it, let's say.
68, 69.
I have something embarrassing to say.
Yeah.
We've been putting the AC at 60.
But does it go to 60?
That's my question. It's like I want it to go as low as possible.
Like my sister also puts hers at the like lowest possible because it'll never get there.
It'll never get there.
Like the lowest it'll get is maybe like 71.
I was thinking 65. It probably goes to 65.
If she like let it run for like a few days.
No, like hours, not days.
Oh no, hers will never get that cold, I don't think.
71. So it's like it doesn't even matter if you put it to 68.
Yeah, exactly. But she does to like get it.
At 68 or she goes down to 60?
I think she's like down to like 64 or some shit. Like
60 is so unhinged, dude. I saw
But you should put a thermometer and see what temperature is actually getting at.
I actually have one.
Okay.
That's because they used to have central air and central heat. Got rid of it.
Why?
To put it in the tenant's hands, I think. I don't know. It's
so what
just,
do you have now?
Now I have the screen where the central air used to be with non-operational central air or heat.
Got it.
And like a radiator along the house.
But what do you put for your AC? You have window
Install.
units?
Really old school and fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Living in dark times.
I mean, did you get a new window unit?
One.
Like some of the new ones are really good.
Mine's like 8,000 BTU. But I have older one I bought like 3 years ago. That like is like 5,000 and it's Gucci. But it's just a heat. In the heat waves, you can't do anything about it. Like
no, that's the thing. I was at her house like right in the summer when it was so hot that 1 week in New York.
Oh, the week I moved.
Yeah. And it was like regardless of what you're gonna put your it's
unbearable.
It was like when Con Ed also said to like lower your like AC usage. So then her building lowered like in all the spaces.
Oh, so she has like central.
She has like a unit, like not
the amenity spaces.
Yeah,
and
like
the hallways
lobby
and stuff in the lobby were not.
They were like
high.
And I was like, Sarah, that is almost impossible to cool down your apartment
because it's so hot around you.
The physical building is like I went into like her like back service stairs. I was like just to see, and I'm like, it is so hot everywhere in this building. Her lobby was, I mean, you can ask Red. Like we were in the elevator and we were both like sweating.
That's too much.
And I'm like, that is impossible then to cool your apartment to anything lower than 70. Like
it's too damn hot.
It's too damn hot.
Yeah, I'm team chiller at night. So,
but we'll talk about this in a future episode about central air and smoking weed. Cause well, I guess you already have the install.
What do you mean?
Like, it is beneficial to be in an older building that doesn't have central air if you're going to smoke weed.
Yes, but then I feel like it also takes some of the responsibility off of you because you can't tell where the origin is.
That's also true.
It really ventilates throughout the building.
But that's my current issue, is that I have central air, but it's like old in my building.
They have no idea who it's coming from.
Yeah. But since I've been gone and not smoking, there's been a whole lot less emails about no smoking.
Oh. You smoke J's?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I miss that life.
I know.
You got what I want, buddy. You do.
We used to hotbox that LA apartment.
Bro, my house was like a chamber of secrets. It was literally my apartment that I lived in on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we were blowing it down from every apartment I've lived in actually in my 20s.
Except this one.
Oh, I have a baby now.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. Trust me, I'd be blowing it down. But I'm like, baby lungs?
That's very true.
Baby lungs.
And baby lungs.
So yeah, now I'm dabbing. I dab and I vape. More manageable. I don't have time to stop for a whole blunt either.
Yeah. And also, yeah, it's the time, it's the money.
Yeah. Sad. Anyway, see you next week.
We want to save this topic for a more in-depth analysis about our consumption changes. So tune in. We will be talking about that in a future episode.
Love you.
Goodbye.